Welcome back to the channel, guys. We got more Led Zeppelin, which is always a fun time, and we never know what to expect when we do a Led Zeppelin song. It's been a great journey thus far, getting to know this group.
Yeah, it's been crazy with how much diversity they have in their catalog.
Yeah, and the last one that we did was When the Levee Breaks, and that was one of my favorites, if not my favorite, from Led Zeppelin. It was so fantastic, such a great composition.
It's from Memphis Mini.
Yes, that's the original composer.
We went on a vacation, and I named the lizard Memphis Mini.
I'm sure they're going to love hearing that. I completely forgot about it until now. But yes, that was the nickname for our little lizard friend that was on vacation with us. So anyways, coming back to Led Zeppelin and away from Memphis Mini, we are doing Good Times, Bad Times today. And why have we arrived at this song, Sam?
Because this is a request from Ed Zeppelin.
Yeah, our big time supporter. Thank you so much, Ed. You've been around the channel for a long time, giving us so much of this Led Zeppelin journey.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate all your support, and I know all our subscribers appreciate it as well, because you've put us down a great path for Led Zeppelin. So we're coming to the initial beginning of that path for Led Zeppelin themselves in Good Times, Bad Times, because this is their debut song on their debut album.
Yeah, crazy.
So, pretty wild that we're going back in time.
Like where it all started
Where it all started from.
Yeah.
And actually, Ed was telling us that Bonham had a different technique that wasn't used in rock music before, by using a single bass drum, but it sounded like a double bass. He was just doing it so quickly that it gave it that vibe. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. But as usual, guys, we always appreciate your support. You ready to check out some more Led Zeppelin?
I am. Let's do it.
Let's roll.
Took a couple of days before she was rid of me. She swore that she would be all mine and love me till the end. But when I whispered in her ear, I lost another friend. Oh, good times, bad times, you know I've had my share. When my woman left home for a blind man, but I still don't seem to care.
All right, we got a little pause, so I'm gonna pause myself.
Yeah,
and
that sounds cool. You can hear the drum thing.
Yeah, it sounds
like
awesome.
He's like kicking too.
It sounds awesome. It's got so much pop to it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that Ed mentioned it to us, because we may not have known what was going on.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have picked that out.
Really, really cool though, the way it sounds. That now that I can hear what he's doing, it's awesome. And what a way to start your debut album with this song.
Yeah, it really is like a lot of like oomph to it.
Yeah, I can just picture putting on the record, because you guys are probably using record players at that point, and you're putting it on, you drop the needle, and all of a sudden this comes on, and you're like, what the hell is this stuff? It must have been so much fire in that experience for the first time, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, I feel like. And I feel like, they're talking about the good times and the bad times of life, but the song itself is still like upbeat and not, like they're kind of talking about the challenges and stuff of life, but it's like, I feel like the song doesn't really sound sad by any means. It's
no,
more
but
of like an upbeat, like.
I do think it has some like complexity in the rhythm and the wave that it's going through to kind of highlight some of the good times and the bad times through the instrumental use. But I mean,
it's
has
like
pretty
peaks and valleys. Right?
Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory though. The good times, the bad times, of life, kind of depicting that. But musically, it's great. I love this. It's a little bit harder hitting, coming right away with these riffs from Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
And, obviously, we already talked about the drum work. Sounds fantastic. Robert Plant's vocal is obviously great as well. So And then, the bass line also sticks out. So every part of this
Yeah.
is just exploding with life. And like I said, I can only imagine, being at that time in 1969 and you're putting this on.
You're
and
like,
it's
who's this Led Zeppelin
Yeah,
band? Let's
exactly.
check this out.
Anyways, let's run it back a little bit so we can get a little more of the song. It's a little short, so we'll run it back a fair amount and listen to this fire a little bit more.
I fell in love with a girl as sweet as could be. It only took a couple of days for she was rid of me. She swore that she would be all mine and love me till the end. But when I whispered in her ear, I lost another friend. Oh, good times, bad times, I've had my share. When my woman left home for a brown man, but I still don't seem to care. I've had my share. When my woman left home for a brown-eyed man, but I still don't seem to I know what it means to be alone. I sure do wish I was at home. I don't care what the neighbors say.
Really not surprising because of what we've experienced with Led Zeppelin thus far, but really complex for a 3-minute song. There was so many stop starts in there, and just switching up a riff for a brief moment, or the transitions of the drums, and even we mentioned the double bass drum sound when we pause. You really heard it a lot at the end.
Yeah.
That his foot seemingly was moving on hyperspeed.
Yeah, for sure. It's like crazy to think that's all one drum.
Yeah. So
Wild.
anyways, what are your thoughts on this song overall?
I really liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and like obviously the meaning of the song had like ups and downs, but I feel like the sound of the song was like faster pace and uplifting and like a fun kind of playful song.
Yeah, and
in
so
the rhythm and stuff.
And so, like, judging that this is the first song from Led Zeppelin that came out,
I would be like, they're sick. I want to hear more.
But do you like this sound from them after all the other stuff that we've heard? Is this something that you're like, wow, this is really cool that this is the first sound from them, and you would have pictured yourself liking it a lot at that time versus maybe some of their later stuff?
Yeah, I feel like I said, I feel like I tend to lean more towards, I feel like they're upbeat and like more fun kind of sound, which I like from them. So I feel like this sits in with that. I feel like this would have been intriguing for me. This would have made me want to hear more from them, opposed to it just being like I feel like this, like I said, it encourages you to want to listen to more, opposed to just being like one song, like, oh, this is the sickest song ever, but you're just like obsessed with like Stairway to Heaven, for example, right? Yeah. So I think like for the time and them just like coming up and getting like people getting used to them as a band and getting introduced to them, this is like perfect.
Yeah, I really like the freshness of Robert Plant's vocal on this one. It's really exploding to life. I feel like you can tell he's younger, but it sounds like it's got a lot of energy to it, and it sounds very clear. I think he shows his vocal dexterity in other songs, but I really like this fresh sound that they have. Listening and thinking about it, listening to it for the first time, like I said, getting introduced to Led Zeppelin and how complex but upbeat, great vibe this all had composed into
super
one.
Complex still. It still shows off the complexity in the composition and how talented they are as a group, but it's still like the song itself, like you said, is upbeat and fun and playful. It's not like this. It's also shorter too, right? Which, don't get me wrong, like there are some of them that are longer and I love them, but I feel like it's also good to mix it up and have some shorter.
It's also the
songs
intro to the album, right? So usually with an introduction, it's kind of a lead in to the other stuff, right? And so for me, I think that feels like on this one, comparatively some of the other ones that we've done, it was a structured composition in something like Stairway to Heaven, for example. This one, it felt like they were kind of having a little more fun and free flowing with it. It was less structured, but it still had the structure to it to make it a great song. But it was less structured than some of the other stuff that we've done, where it's complex and it's got different sections. This one I felt like was a little more free flowing in that process.
I kind of feel like not that the sound is the same, but the same kind of idea as Immigrant Song. Like it's a little bit more free flowing and a little bit like less structured and also like a little bit more fun. Like I feel like that's kind of what this was like.
Yeah, but you liked it overall, right?
I did, yes.
I enjoyed it as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed checking this out with us. Good times, bad times. I definitely like this one from Led Zeppelin. 2 thumbs up from us. We need another thumbs up from you. Hit that like button for us. And before you go, you should subscribe if you're not already, and hit the notification bell, because that will notify you when you drop, or when we drop, I should say, any videos. And also make sure you go into your settings and switch that up, because sometimes notification settings don't do what they're supposed to do for you. But if you go in and you can change some of the settings to make sure it'll notify you on your phone, or if you're wearing a watch or on your computer or whatever, it can notify you.
Can't escape us.
And let you know when we drop something, and it'll tell you what that video is. So if it's something you really want to see, like Led Zeppelin, you can jump on that right away. So hit the notification bell, guys. We'll see you tomorrow with 2 more videos.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you then.